Hi and welcome to Lulu's Studios. Today we are cooking creamy chicken pasta for brownies. So, enjoy. So hair is tied up, hands are washed, and all ingredients are out.
You will need 1 onion and a chef's knife to cut. Peel your onions until it is bald all over. Throw your peelings in the bin, then cut off the top of the onion and then down the middle. Once you cut it down the middle, you should have 2 halves. Then you will cut the onion into small dices. You will do the same for the other onion, and as you can see, I've zoomed in to show you how it's supposed to be cut. Then you will unravel your garlic and get out 2 cloves. The cloves shall look like that, and then you will peel both. To cut the garlic, you want to put the palm of your hand onto the knife, get the garlic, and slam it down. This will make it easier to cut into fine dices. As garlic has a very strong taste, you want it as small as possible. Once cut, it should look like that, and then you need to wash your hands. We're going to start making our sauce, so you want to go and get some oil. I personally use crisp and dry oil. It's very good. You're going to get your pan, and you're going to pour the oil in. Not a lot, just enough to go all around the pan. You're going to turn the heat on to a medium heat, then adding your onions and garlic. Let your onions and garlic simmer for a bit. Make sure to move them around every now and then so that they don't get stuck. Then get a teaspoon and your tomato puree. Tomato puree is used to bring out a vibrant flavor into your pasta sauce. You want to put a teaspoon or just however much you feel is right. And then once you've put your tomato puree in your pan, you just want to stir it up, make sure it mixes well with the onions and garlic. Stir until completely covered. When you know it's completely covered, it should start to look a bit like that. Very vibrant, red, looks a bit saucy, and has an amazing smell. Now you want to start to boil your pasta. You need about 1/4 of your pot filled with water. Then add your pasta. Your pasta is however much you personally need. Remember to stir your vegetables with the tomato puree. You want it simmering and all of the juices going into the vegetables. Then prep your chicken. Once your chicken is cut into fine dices, put in your pan. Stir the chicken well with the onions, garlic and tomato puree until it is covered. Then add your seasonings to your liking. I personally use chicken seasoning, basil, chili powder and salt and chili flakes. Now the main part of your dish should start to look like that. Add a bit more tomato puree so it's not as dry and still has that rich tomatoey flavouring. Now this is the important part. You want double cream, about 1/4 of it inside your sauce. This gives it that nice creamy texture and taste. Stir that together until it is fully covered and it should start having an orangey pastel-y colour. Make sure you add more tomato puree. And just add the cream until the sauce is at the consistency you like. Make sure you stir well to have this equal amount of flavouring and add more chili flakes. This makes the flavour really pop.
So once you're done cooking your chicken and put everything in, your pasta should look an orangey type colour. My pasta is cooking, but the sauce is pretty much done, so we're just going to turn down the heat. And yeah.
Once your pasta is done, add it to your sauce. Stir well until it is completely covered and seasoned. If you need to add more cream and tomato puree, once completely stirred, you want to add your mozzarella cheese. The mozzarella cheese will give it more of that nice cheesy consistency and taste. Once you've done that, your pasta should be done and be ready to serve. Enjoy!
Nom, nom, nom. Now we are going to cook our brownies. So, yeah. Basically, we need half cup of butter, your butter, a pan to melt them together.
You want to start off by unwrapping your chocolate and breaking them up into small pieces, square by square. Remember to preheat your oven and have your hob on a medium-sized heat. Then add your butter into medium chunks and it should start to melt with your chocolate. It should start to have a glossy consistency. Beat an egg with caster sugar and get a medium-sized bowl to add your cocoa powder and flour in. Personally, you would want self-raising flour. If you do not have that, normal flour is fine. Just make sure that you add baking powder because our brownies, they need to rise. Then you need to add your cocoa powder. Hot chocolate powder is fine. Also, remember to measure your ingredients and do not do as I do, which is just blind baking. Once the powders are mixed together, you want to gently fold the melted chocolate into your bowl. Then you want to add your beaten egg with caster sugar and just fold over one another.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure how these brownies are going to taste, but hopefully they turn out good.
Once your mixture is fully done, you want to put it inside your baking tray and spread it out evenly so the brownie cooks even. Once you spread it out evenly and have all of the mixture inside your tray, just put it in the oven and in around about 30 to 40 minutes it should be done.